Samsung has a new phone. It's the Note 7.
Yep.
The latest Note. They skipped 6 and went straight on to 7.
Ruled 6 out completely, yeah.
That's right. We didn't want 6 at all. It's a pretty fancy phone. 12 megapixel camera, enormous screen. It's got the S Pen. This one's waterproof. It's got an iris scanner, so you can unlock your phone using your eyes, if that's something you want to do. We definitely agreed that it's a cool phone. It's got everything.
Edge screen as well.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, can't forget that. It's good.
Yeah.
It's got everything. It's got all the bells and whistles. Everything that phones can do. USB-C. Everything that phones can do is in the Note 7.
Yeah.
The question is, what does it mean for Samsung? What is the larger? What's the bigger picture stuff with the Note 7? What are your thoughts, Rich?
Yeah, like you say, I have to admit, it's the first time that a phone has come along that's made me go, oh, that's got everything. And I think it's really cool. The Samsung is actually doing well now. They've had their first kind of growth for, I think it's 2 years. Strongest earnings in 2 years, fueled by sales of the S7 and the S7 Edge. And this is basically the S7 Edge, only with some cool new stuff in it. So it looks pretty good for Samsung, I think.
I mean, that is encouraging. If I had a worry about the Note 7, it would be the price, because if you look at what rival phone makers like Huawei, or even like tiny companies like OnePlus have been doing, they've been making sort of equivalently powerful phones, but for a fraction of the price, way cheaper. But I would say that the design probably gives it a bit of an edge, no pun intended, as well, over things from Huawei and OnePlus, at least for now. So, the price, I'm concerned about the price. It's a little too expensive. But then, as you say, Samsung has had a lot of success with its flagship phones. It hasn't sort of done this race to the bottom thing, kind of chasing out the lower end mobiles.
Yeah, and I read that the S7 Edge was the most popular Android phone in the first half of the year. The Note 7, it does everything the Edge does, and it's only slightly bigger. And you think, have they killed the Edge?
They've edged out the edge.
They've edged out the edge, yeah. They've blunted the edge.
I mean, what does that... Do you think they'll get rid of the edge line?
No, I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, it has to be said, actually, at that kind of scale, that even though it is only, I think it's 5.7 versus 5.5 inches, but even at that kind of, even that relatively small gap will actually make a difference when it's the line of your trues that you've got to be thinking about. So, it can make a difference. I mean, they're obviously still going to be both very popular phones. Maybe the like you say, the price is going to be the deciding factor. We really like the S7. The S7 Edge is fun. The sort of curved screen stuff, it's a little gimmicky, but it's kind of cool, and it does make the phones look and feel a little bit different to everything else that's out there. Yeah, and I feel with that, like we weren't sure about the S Pen to start with the Note, and there were a couple of years where it was like, well, you can write on it, that's great. But now on the new Note 7, there's a few features with the S Pen, like you can write a memo and you can pin it to the, you can write on pretty much everything. You can pin
including
stuff
underwater.
Including underwater, yeah. So it kind of feels like the S Pen's coming into its own. So maybe the Edge screen, when they've, after a couple of years, maybe that's going to come into its own with like the way you actually use it and how it works. But, we might see that evolve as well. So it seems like the Note, which always to me represented the sort of weird, like experimental branch of Samsung phones, is now sort of being brought into the fold as part of one of the proper family. So I think we're both pretty positive. It'll be interesting to see how it does. Anyway, we've got loads more on the Note 7 on CNET, and we want to know what you guys think as well. So do get in touch and let us know. Great.